welcome. We are very happy to have you here today. Welcome to another workshop dedicated to Black Friday event that is, seems like it's still so far away, but it's coming very, very soon. Let me quickly, first of all, let me share my screen so you guys see amazing slides that we prepared. And there it is. Let me know. Let's look at the first slide first of all. So the name of our today's workshop is Roadmap to Black Friday Success. Step number 3, promo strategy. And as I already said, let me introduce myself and a beautiful colleague and the speaker that I have today with me. My name is Kate. I am Customer Education Manager here at Omnisend, and I have Sadie with me, who is Customer Success Manager, and she'll be here sharing all of her knowledge on Black Friday and email marketing, and we'll be discussing everything so you guys leave this workshop full of knowledge baggage, very well prepared for Black Friday. So Sadie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, awesome to see you guys. I've been with Omnisend for about 3 years, always worked on the customer success side. So I see and I talk to a lot of different clients, especially around Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So super excited to dive into the topic, and hopefully we don't overwhelm you guys too much with all this information that we have.
You're right. All right. Thank you so much, Sadie. Also, let me just quickly say that we do have a team behind the scenes working in the chat for you guys when you will be asking your questions, and also for the technical part. So kudos to those people helping us out today. And let's go to the next slide that we prepared. So a couple of things that you need to know about our today's workshop is the duration is 1 hour. Don't worry about workshop, don't worry about if you will be able to find the workshop later or not. You will. Workshop is being recorded. You will be able to find it later on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find the link to the YouTube channel in the chat. Ira will share it with you. And also the recording will be sent to all of you who registered for the workshop via email. So don't worry, you'll get that together with all the valuable information on Black Friday and promotional strategy. Another thing is about questions. Ask your questions, whatever you've been thinking about, or if some thought pops in your head right in the middle of our conversation or presentation, don't hesitate, just drop your question in the chat, and you will get your answer. And also, one more thing, after we are done with the workshop, there's going to be a prompt after you leave for the survey. So if you have a couple of minutes, please let us know, just spare a couple of minutes and let us know how we are doing. If you like the workshop, or maybe you have any other ideas for us that we could use for our upcoming next workshops. All right, so these are the rules, and let's go to the agenda. As I already said, our topic today is, first of all, we are focusing on Black Friday, and our topic today is promotional strategy. Yeah. I believe that at least I was really waiting for this step because it's really related to the Black Friday.
Yeah.
So we will cover 4 things today, 4 steps of the promotional strategy for this event. First of all, it's about your store. General tips, what you can do to make sure that you're you are ready for lots of sales coming your way.
Yeah.
Also, email and SMS campaigns, which are probably 2 most important things.
I would say so.
But we also have push notifications, which is,
True.
Yeah, somewhere.
Also very important.
Yeah, also very important. And I wrote here, don't skip ads, because it's still you can drive so much revenue, or get more customers during the event, get more attention to your store or products. So this is one of the important steps that I think.
Okay.
And at the end of our discussion, we will have a Q&A time. That's, well, as I already said, you can ask your questions whenever, just drop them in the Q&A tab. But if we have enough time at the end, we will answer like the most interesting or like the questions that are really worth mentioning, really worth answering out loud again. So yeah, this is the agenda. And I do have a question to you. Let me just quickly stop sharing my screen because I want to run a short poll. Let me just launch it and you'll guys see it on your screen. I really want to know if you participated in our previous 2 steps for Black Friday workshops. First one, just to remind you, first one was about collecting subscribers, which was about forms. And second one was about automated workflows. So just let us know if you did or you didn't. And I also really want to ask, if you, those who participated, and even those who didn't, let us know if you did the same thing. So after first workshop about forms, we really encouraged you guys to either update your sign-up form or enable a new one if you don't have it. So just let us know in the chat if you can, if you did enable new form or updated your old one. And same for the automated workflows. Did you create a separate workflow or did you update your existing welcome automation, the bank card, Ben browse or whatever you have? Just let us know. And I do wonder, because I don't see anything in the chat, can you actually write anything in the chat? Yes, you can. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, let me end the poll because I think all of you already who wanted already voted. So let's just see the results. Okay, so 10 people participated in for the forms workshop and 12 for the automated workflow and 32 did not.
Interesting. Shame.
That's what I was thinking. But no, that's okay. If you didn't, I still feel that it's very important to still encourage you to go through your forms, go through your workflows that you have, and just make sure that, first of all, that they're just up to date, not necessarily for Black Friday, but just overall. And I'll ask Ira to drop those links for our previous workshops. So whenever you have time and if you feel like watching it, maybe you'll hear something new. Just go through those 2 recordings and see what you might be missing in your automated workflow or your sign-up form.
Yeah.
Have anything to add to that?
I don't think so. Yeah, go back and watch them. I watched them myself. Very good information. I think, all of these webinars that we're doing are to help you. So yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to ask before we actually go to the interesting stuff. So let me just go back to our pretty slides. Okay, so we talked about agenda and we are going to step number 1, prepare your store.
Yeah.
So here are the things that we just want to bring up. You want to start?
Yeah, I mean, these things are so simple. You definitely want to make sure that you're queuing your store before you are launching for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It is crucial to make sure that the customer journey is as seamless as possible. So not only on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but you should be queuing your store multiple times during the year just to make sure, again, the process is as smooth as possible. The less friction that you're going to cause for your visitors and potential customers, the better experience they're going to have and more likely they're going to come back to your store. So yeah, that's kind of the main gist, but anything from your side?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Just nothing to add. Yeah. Yeah, you covered the customer journey, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
just
about
making
that.
sure that the customer journey is great. Obviously, you want to make sure that you are updating your prices. You want to make sure that you have
Mm,
the correct amount of stock, especially around that Black Friday, Cyber Monday season. And then, as you were saying earlier, you guys, obviously in the first webinar, we're talking about forms. So just want to make sure that you're updating those forms to be as optimized as possible. Again, the less friction, the better customer journey, the more likely those customers are going to come back and visit you later.
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. And I just want to, yeah, these are very simple things that
Yeah.
you need to keep an eye on 24/7, like not only for Black Friday, but I do want to, talk a bit more about sign-up forms. We have a couple of slides with examples here, and these are templates that you can actually find inside Omnisend when you will be building your sign-up form. And we at the first workshop, we mostly talked about sign-up forms as just a general sign-up form,
Yeah.
not specifically designed or dedicated to Black Friday. So maybe
Right.
let's just talk a bit more about sign-up forms that our customers can enable during the event.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are one of those two of those ideas that you can do. First one is just a simple sign up form, but it's just designed for the Black Friday.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it attracts more attention because it talks about the event. And
Yeah.
I would subscribe because I would at least expect, I don't know, to get a discount for Black Friday or something, although it's just a simple sign-up form.
Exactly. Yeah. And then two, not to mention that Omnisend now does have multiple step forms as well.
Mhm.
So if you are also trying to collect SMS subscribers, make sure to add that second step and get those SMS subscribers as well, which we'll talk about SMS strategy later
We
on.
will.
But I think that's also something that you can add to these forms just to make sure that you're getting the most from your
Mhm.
subscribers.
Yeah. And you know what else about like what I like about two-step form is that, for example, if you are focusing more on the SMS channel and you don't need emails that much, then you can switch, like you can collect phone number in the first step and email in the second one, making sure that they will, because the first step usually is like when you go to the second step, you're like, oh my God, another step, maybe,
Yeah.
and you can just close that and forget about that.
At least you get one channel in this.
Yeah. And if you want to collect phone numbers more, use that two-step form and collect phone number in the first step. If your customer closes the form on the second step, it's okay because the phone number that was left during the first step is being saved and you will acquire that subscriber for the SMS channel. About the second form, this form has the Wheel of Fortune that I saw stores, brands using Wheel of Fortune for different events. But mostly I've seen people using it for Black Friday.
Yeah, this is a form of gamification, and we all know and love a good game. So I've seen this work, especially if you are in the beauty industry, if you're in the apparel industry. I see this consistently, specifically in those industries, and seeing it work very well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I remember that I also I forgot what's the point of the Wheel of Fortune, like just for some reason. And I've seen like one of the websites I visited, I wanted to purchase something. And maybe that was not like a Wheel of Fortune, but something the same, the gamification. It was like, oh, I might win a discount. Let's sign up. So it definitely worked on me once.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can change adapt the Wheel of Fortune to your liking to instant. It doesn't have to be a discount. It can be like a other offer, right? Or if it's discount, you don't have to offer 20% off. You can just, enter your numbers that you want and enter that probability thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can definitely adapt it in our forms builder very easily. All right. Let's go. We have a couple more examples for forms. This is again the form from the library that we have. You can find it there. The greatest thing about these templates in our library is that they're already made for
Yeah.
you. So if you don't have time to create it yourself, just go to the library, just open one of the templates that you like the most.
Yep.
And if you want to collect the phone number and like an email in the form, you can keep everything as it is already. But if you want to tweak a couple of things, you can easily do that in the builder and just click button enable, and
That's it.
and that's it. And you're collecting new subscribers. Yeah. Oh, don't forget the very important thing. If you're going to collect phone numbers, don't forget to add a legal policy block.
Yes. Yeah.
Legal consent block, depending on where you're at, what country. Just make sure to kind of familiarize yourself with the law in your country, so you don't send SMS messages, first of all, illegally.
Yes.
And you don't get in trouble for that.
So this checkbox is basically insurance for you. This is that explicit consent that is required in, I know mostly in the US and Canada. That's typically the clients that I work with. So just making sure that you have that checkbox enabled gives you that insurance in case somebody ever does say, oh, hey, I never subscribed. You can go back in Omnisend and see the exact date. You can see the exact form that they actually subscribe to. Again, it's a great tool to use.
Right. Okay. And next one is another template from our library. Yeah, that's just another option for you. If you feel like using this one, just go ahead. And that's it for the first step. Do you have anything that you would like to add?
No, I mean, I think you covered it all.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, just make it, these templates are already pre-built. Update the images to look more on brand, update the wording to make it sound like it's from your brand voice. And that's really all that it is. I always like to tell clients that are afraid of pop-up forms that typically on average 2 to 3% of people who visit your store actually sign up. So if we think of all of the ad spend that we're trying to get those visitors actually to our store in the first place, if we can get 2 to 3% of those visitors to actually sign up, then you have a much higher chance of them actually converting from email, from SMS, whatever channel you're trying to collect from.
Right. Okay. Since we're done with the first step, I am thinking now, since we're going to campaigns, SMS and push, all of that, I actually want to ask, what are the benefits of participating in the Black Friday overall? I mean, it seems obvious, but
it seems obvious to us. Yeah, we've obviously seen a lot of our clients. There's so much excitement around that time of year. And I'm sure you yourselves are subscribing to newsletters to see what sort of promotions your favorite brands are going to be sending out through the Black Friday season. So I'm a little I like data, so I have provided some data for you guys. So fun fact: Shopify merchants bought 6.3 billion in sales during 2021 Black Friday Cyber Monday. In 2020, that was 5.1 billion, and in 2019, that was 2.9 billion. So you can obviously see this substantial growth over the year. And so I think that in itself just shows you that people are expecting and are almost premeditating to purchase during that season. Average conversion rate for all of 2023 thus far, we actually just had a reporting sent out, and average conversion rate for email through 2023 is 0.07% on average. But that conversion rate during Black Friday jumped to 0.13%. So we can see a much higher conversion during that time. So that is a massive time. That in itself should be another reason as why not to miss out on the Black Friday season. And then I know we're all techie here, so I did ask ChatGPT why it's good for e-commerce brands to why are the benefits of actually promoting during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And it gave me a pretty insightful list. I'm not going to read it word for word, but obviously increase sales, customer acquisition. If you have a stock room that's full of specific inventory that you need to get rid of, that's a great opportunity to clear that inventory. Brand exposure. Customers are always looking for different shopping events, and you can increase your brand exposure that way. Also gives you a competitive advantage compared to your other competitors. It increases customer engagement. So again, obviously people are very excited to receive these types of campaigns. Also, there's an opportunity for data collection. So using that first party data to collect whatever you want from your customers. Repeat business, satisfied customers who make purchases during these events may become more loyal in the future. So it's a really great opportunity to just get out there and to, all of those things that I just said. So as we're talking about this, ChatGPT did note that it is essential for e-commerce businesses to plan and prepare adequately for Black Friday and Cyber Monday to ensure a smooth and successful sales event. So exactly what we're doing today. It's July, but even ChatGPT says you should be on this webinar right now.
Right. All right, great. I'm thinking going to the second step.
Yeah.
Because we pretty much covered everything for the first one. Just to sum it up, make sure that you update your store if it's needed, or just make sure to check your store if everything works properly.
Yep.
Loads and so on, if your stock is in full, or what Sadie just said about the getting rid of something that you had for quite a long time in your stock. Just make sure to do that. And second step is about campaigns.
The fun part.
Email. We'll start with the email campaigns.
Yep.
And before I'll share beautiful slides, I really want you please let us answer this question in the chat. Have you already started crafting your Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaigns, whether it's an email campaign or SMS campaign? Did you start doing something? And if you did, I really wonder what kind of ideas you have in mind, what kind of deals you are thinking to offer to your customer this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something that we
don't have listed.
Yeah, maybe you have some great ideas.
Yep.
So I really hope that you'll take some time to just let us know in the chat. And let me just go back to our slides. Okay. Here it is. Okay. As I already said, step 2, email campaigns. So let's just talk about email campaigns.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're Omnisend. We use Omnisend to build email campaigns.
Right.
So another fun data fact, email campaigns typically have the highest return on your investment comparing to Facebook advertising, Google advertising. Email is consistently one of the cheapest ways to convert your customers and get new customers. So yeah, I think the next step.
Hold on. There it is. Okay. So we have our campaign incentives. Do we want to cover incentives right now? Because I do want to share some tips first for the whole just email creation.
Yeah.
But maybe you also have something else to share before we go to the incentives.
Take the floor.
Oh, okay. It's all yours. No, I really just wanted to, because you have examples to share of great email campaigns. Let me just probably quickly, let's start with tips for the just how to build a campaign, and then we'll talk more about incentives, and you'll share more
some examples.
Some examples, were already used by our customers.
Yep.
I just really wanted to say that if you're worried about the design part, you're thinking that now you need to create a whole bunch of emails or SMS. Well, SMS doesn't require much design, but mostly email and maybe, I don't know, something else. If you're really worried about design part, thinking that you need to adapt to, Black Friday, it is not. The Black Friday is so well known, and people just expect. They wait for this event, and they will for sure shop. So, in my opinion, you don't need to worry about designing a specific picture for your email. It could be a very simple. First of all, we have, again, a library of templates that you're able to use. You don't have to waste your time on that. You can just easily use one of the templates. I don't know, promote your best sellers or the category that you want to put on sale this event, and just do that. What I'm trying to say, it doesn't have to be a Black Friday design specifically,
like very detailed.
Yeah.
In our research in previous years, less is always more.
Mm-hmm.
So don't spend too much time trying to create these very intricate emails with beautiful designs. In most cases, it's not necessary. Usually emails with up to 160 words do better engagement wise than those who are over that 160 word count. And then we've also found that emails with 2 to 3 call to actions, clear call to actions, have better click rates as well. And then 2, we've also found that discounts are, the bigger the discount doesn't mean you're going to get better conversions or better engagement. Actually, based on our research, 10 to 25% off discounts have better engagement than any other emails with larger discounts. So even some of those emails that you see with 50% off, 75% off, those typically don't do as well as the campaigns that are in that 10 to 25% off discount range. So more fun facts.
Yeah. What I loved is less is more. I really wanted to mention that too. Just going back to the point, you can just like what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, how the email would look like, you could just use the picture, the image.
Yeah.
It could be just any image from your brand. It could be just some stuff. If you're selling apparel, just use one of the images that you have. You can put a title there, just maybe above or below the picture, using one of the blocks from Omnisend text block. Or you can, if you have resources or you know how to do it, just put some text on top of that picture. Like putting there like Black Friday sale or just Black Friday deals is very much enough. And there just goes your products. I've seen so many emails when I was actually looking for examples. I've seen so many emails with just the title, Black Friday, and there was just a bestsellers blog, or not even bestsellers, but just categories. Something like Black Friday is here. Here's our like jewelry. Here's hats. Shop this, shop that. Very and that's simple. It. And I mean, people are going to click. It's Black Friday. Everybody waits for that. So
yeah. And especially if they have subscribed very soon to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they're probably very interested in the content that you're sending. So I always tell my clients that, and I know this is so hard to say, but people are lazy. Okay. You don't need to create these again in this beautiful emails, 2 to 3 call to actions, clear call to actions. People love being told what to do.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that Gabe says all the time as well. So I feel like I'm repeating him. People love being told what to do. So tell them where to click. Use that big red button, make it simple, make it easy. There's no need to waste a ton of time creating these beautiful emails.
I've heard you saying use big red button. Red button.
Yeah.
So I have an opinion on that. I really don't like using red buttons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
only if it's the brand color.
Okay.
But
Okay. Yeah. So you're trying to stay on brand as much as possible.
not because of that. So you see, red color. What I'm trying to say is that colors, they kind of like, amplify something.
Mood, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And red color is either about love, right? Or it kind of like stops you like from doing something. Usually like the cancel button or like close button is usually red.
Exit.
So I wonder now, what's your opinion? Because I don't like red button. It talking, saying like, don't do it. Stop.
Oh, interesting.
And because it's like the green or red light when you cross the road. Green says go, and says stop.
And I don't know if it's the same. Also, guys, I'm in Europe right now, which is amazing. So one thing, I don't know if it's the same here, but one thing about living in the States is people do not buy red cars because police will notice those red cars. It's a lot more noticeable. You stand out a lot more than you do versus like a black or a gray car, which also black or gray cars typically are in wrecks more.
Okay.
Because they're less noticeable. So yeah, I just think that it's such a bright color. Your attention goes straight to that. And so that's why I always say big red button. But A/B test.
That's true. But that what you said made sense. Like the red color makes you stand out.
Yeah.
So I guess you
can't avoid it. It's just there.
Yeah. So I guess A/B test. Yeah, that's the
best way to go.
Yeah. Okay. So where did we stop? I started talking about right, the design. I think we covered pretty much it. The point is that just be simple. Don't overthink it. Being simple helps you not overthink things. Just create that email, even if you don't have I don't know, inspiration or ideas. Again, use the template and just anyway send that campaign. Anyway, do something for Black Friday, because if you won't, it would be very sad because it's a missed opportunity.
Huge missed opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, so now I think it's the time to go back to slides and talk about incentives.
Yeah. So this was one of my favorite things to kind of collect. I've seen so many different incentives from so many different clients in so many different industries. So I think I always find these really interesting. So there are some very obvious ones in here, like percentage off your entire store, or a voucher amount, creating that like $15 off $100 or more. Let's see, free shipping over a specific dollar amount. You see those over and over again. And I'm not trying to like diminish those in any way, not saying that they're great, but there are also other ideas. I've had some of my clients do a 12-day countdown. So kind of like your 12 days of Christmas, but doing it in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. And they actually have different incentives each day. And then on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that time, they redo all of those incentives. So you kind of get your opportunity to purchase before stock runs out. And then on that last day, that Black Friday, that Cyber Monday, that's when they release everything. So it's kind of like an early access in a way. Let me see. I also saw one of my clients doing a giveaway. So they were refunding 20 orders on Black Friday, or 20 orders from people who shopped on Black Friday. Very interesting. Creates this little bit of excitement and that luck of the draw kind of feeling. Early access, early bird, those always do really well, giving those VIP customers that opportunity to purchase and see that incentive before everyone else. Bundle deals, free gift with purchase. Again, if you're looking at your stock and you have an overwhelming amount of a particular item, and honestly, it's not going to mean that much to you to give it away, but it increases the incentive to purchase during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, use as an opportunity as a free gift. And then buy more, save more. I see this one consistently across the board as well. But there's some campaign incentives just to kind of give you guys an idea on what the heck, what do I even do? What am I going to what's going to stand out to my customers? Yeah.
I did not realize that when I use my screen, you guys see me moving everything, but that's okay. I think these incentives are great. And again, as we already mentioned, as I already said, you can be creative during Black Friday.
Yeah.
Come up with your own idea. Maybe you have something specific that you want to promote, or maybe you came up with some, I don't know, even
New
like some
promotion, let
new
us know. I
promotion.
want to
Yeah.
share.
Yeah. But as I already said, just send that email during Black Friday. Even if you don't want to run sales.
Yeah.
Run any sale. Just send some campaign, just promo campaign of your products.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. It's what, fall season. Maybe you are selling warm hats, and you can promote that because it's already that season, and people will be thinking, oh, okay, so it's Black Friday and I need to buy something, and it's also getting very cold, and I would like to buy that hat. And
yeah, I'm sadly one of those people. I buy more for myself on Black Friday. I try to get my shopping done for everybody else as early as possible. But for myself, Black Friday is always the time that I'm shopping for myself.
Same.
Yeah. So
yeah, last Black Friday I spent so much money, and I plan to do the same this time.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I agree.
During the last workshop, I also mentioned that again, if you don't want to run a sale, I'm a living example why you should still send that campaign without a sale, just promote your products, because so I really want to buy that fancy hair dryer,
the Dyson Airwrap.
Right. And I would honestly buy it right now. I really wanted it for quite a while, maybe like half of the year. But since like 6 months ago, I started thinking, okay, so there is a Black Friday at the end of the year. And what if they're going to run a sale this year? And I would be able to buy that hair dryer cheaper than I could. And
but even if they don't go on discount, you're still probably going to buy it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I want it so much. Yes, I am willing to wait for that possible sale.
Just in case.
But if they don't, I'm still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna spend money on their product. So if they send, even if actually they don't send me anything, I will still go there. But just remind about yourself during the sale, and people will purchase for sure.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I switched to the next slide, which is
that's great.
Best subject lines. I feel like it's necessary and relative to share with you, give you some ideas. So Sadie, go ahead.
Yeah. So obviously there is a massive influx of emails in your subscribers' inbox during the same exact time that you're trying to promote your campaigns. So how do I stand out against the hundreds of emails that my subscribers are receiving? So I created some ideas around some best subject lines. And again, I'm going to use some of our reporting that subject lines that have up to 7 words have better open rates than subject lines that exceed that 7 word count. Subject lines with Black Friday and Cyber Monday also have the best open rates. Seems pretty obvious. You also want to create this sense of urgency with your subscribers by defining when your promotion is starting, how long it's running for, or even having, I think I might have had one in here, but basically saying like, hey, this is the last day for our promotion, create that sense of urgency. People also have FOMO. So if I feel like I'm going to miss out on this incentive, then I'm more likely going to purchase versus not. Also, whenever you are running these promotions, subject lines with the that contain sell starts also have higher open rates. The phrases chance to save and coupon also have better open rates than something like free shipping or BOGO. Not that those promotions are any better or any worse, but based on our research, those phrases get the most open rates. Also, something I wanted to add in here as well that you can do with Omnisend is something that I feel like marketing has been preaching across the board is making your campaigns more personalized. So make sure to insert that customer's first name. If you have that inside of Omnisend, you do have that capability. You can also set defaults if you did not know that. So if you don't have the customer's first name, it's not going to be blank. You can set a default to say like,
Hi,
hey, friend.
Yeah.
Weird. So yeah, use that personalization whenever possible. And you have a better chance of getting more opens with some of the phrases that I talked about today as well. So also sometimes I find that emojis really help engage open rates for some of my customers. Don't go too crazy, please.
Yeah.
But definitely using emojis. Some things that you want to stray away from are using all capital letters. And you would think that, oh, well, using capital letters stands out more. It catches the eyes of my subscribers. That's when we get in a little bit of dirty water, and we might have deliverability issues because I'm sending emails with all capital letters. Those are pretty consistent with spam-like emails. So you might find that your open rates drop, not because of a flooded inbox, but because your emails were actually ending up in the spam folder, which is the last thing that we want to happen. So don't be too excessive. And again, less is more. Less than 7 words, use emojis, but nothing too crazy. I think that's pretty consistent across the board.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Anything to add?
To add?
Yeah.
About the subject line?
Sorry, I talk a lot.
No, I think first of all, you covered everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not that big of an expert on subject lines.
I mean, I'm not either.
But like, what's just important to know is that subject line is like the first thing people see.
Yes.
When they receive your email. So if you didn't get them interested, no matter how hard you tried to design your email or like add something really cool inside, if the subject line is not interesting, it will never get opened.
Yeah.
Which would be really sad because you spend so much time on it.
Yeah.
So really,
please don't spend too much time on it. Okay. Less is more. Less is more.
Less is more. That's true. So yeah, you can actually, we have a new feature, the AI feature.
Oh, we do.
So if you don't have any ideas, we have an AI subject line generator.
Yeah.
So whenever you're building an email, when you start, right, when you click create new campaign, the window pops up with like basic settings of this, where you're at the subject line, the pre-header, and your sender's name, all of those things. There's a small button that you can click and generate subject lines.
Yeah.
It gives you like 4 examples that you can use,
or you can regenerate if you don't like those.
Yeah, but it will make your life much easier. Yeah. So you can do that. Okay. Are we done on the subject line?
Yeah.
And are we done on campaigns?
Actually, I do have a couple of examples that I did want to share, and can I share my screen?
Of course. Oh, right. We didn't.
We didn't.
Oh my sure. Goodness. Let me. By the way, make sure not to lose these examples that we're sharing with you. Just take a screenshot if you still didn't. So, yeah. Let me give you 5 seconds to take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen, and Sadie, go ahead and share examples that you want to.
So I don't think I can share my screen, actually.
I think you can.
I can?
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. Bear with me, please. Okay. So again, these are some Omnisend examples. These are some of my clients and some of our clients that I don't necessarily work directly with, but we thought were really good examples to share. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can you see everything okay?
Yep.
Awesome. So Badass Coffee of Hawaii is one of my clients that I work really closely with. And they do a 12 days of celebration. So this is actually not on Black Friday, but I thought it was a really good incentive idea to kind of incorporate during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday to create that sense of excitement. So this client, they do, again, 12 days of celebration. So every single day is something different. But they actually include all the incentives for every single day. So if items are still available, you can still shop those different incentives. So I just thought this was a really cool idea. I do see some of my clients using this 12 days of Christmas incentive to create, again, that sense of excitement. So they also have that big red button too, just to let you know. Also, this is another one of those less is more. This is incredibly simple.
Yeah.
So this is just a GIF image that they've probably made in a very simple tool, but it's just showing that they have a Black Friday sale. Again, very clean, very simple, have a very clear call to action and make it super easy for the subscriber and potential customer to understand what exactly is going on during that Black Friday, Cyber Monday event. Let me see here. 1 second. Okay. I also have one from Wylayer Hair. I liked this one because it's big and flashy. They also have a countdown timer in here as well. So yeah, I just thought this was a really good idea. One thing that I also like to point out whenever I'm talking to my clients is if you do have Afterpay, if you have any of these shopping options, then definitely make sure that you are advertising that in your email campaign. I know a ton of people who use that Afterpay. I personally am not somebody who does that, but I know a ton of people who do. This is also a really great opportunity to say that you have 24/7 support. If you have that, fast and free shipping. Shipping is also something that people worry about. Give all the information that you can give, but again, keep it simple. Don't go too crazy. I also like this email because they're showing their customers that use their product. I think that, this creates a sense of community. So yeah, this one is a little bit lengthier and a little bit more complex, but I just thought this was a really good example on like big, flashy. Also, that countdown timer I really like to see too for email campaigns. But yeah, that was really the only email campaigns that I had to share.
Okay, so we're done with email campaigns.
Yeah.
And let's just go to step number 3, and I'll share my screen. And there it is. Okay, I see that you guys can see it now. Step 3, SMS campaigns.
Woohoo.
So, I feel like you have, I don't know, more
Insight.
to say about SMS than I do.
Yeah. So obviously SMS is something that's a little bit scary for some of my clients who have never touched it before, but I promise it's not. It is not scary. People are not going to be annoyed by SMS messages. I do like to acknowledge that SMS messaging is a little bit more intimate. Maybe that's an appropriate word.
Right.
So you're going to get it a lot sooner than you're going to get an email campaign. It's also alerted on your phone as soon as it's delivered. So it's very, again, intimate in that way. So I think that's what's a little bit intimidating for people who are hesitant to start SMS campaigns. But another little data, I don't know, cookie, whatever. Why SMS? Average conversion rate for SMS during the first 6 months of 2023 has a 0.16% conversion rate. Last year on Black Friday, the conversion rate increased to 0.26%. So note that this is across all industries. So if yours is exceedingly better than this, great. If it's a little bit lower, great. But I'm trying to point out the opportunity that this does create. We do see a massive increase in conversion when using the SMS channel. So going back to this channel being a little bit more intimate, we typically see that your most loyal customers are going to subscribe to SMS. Again, because it is a little bit more intimate, a little bit more invasive, somebody's not going to just subscribe to just subscribe. So I see conversion rate, again, be a massive driver whenever looking at the SMS channel. So what makes a good SMS message? I know we do have some examples.
We do
of SMS messages. So definitely wanted to kind of give some of those, and we'll have conversations on what we think about these SMS messages too.
And I also thought, like you mentioned that the more loyal customers are more like tend to subscribe to SMS.
Yep.
And I just remembered one of the ideas that I was sharing recently in one of the videos, how you can those who are already subscribed to you, if you're collecting your SMS subscribers through the sign up form, for example, those who are already subscribed to your email, they won't probably pay attention to that sign up form because like they're already subscribed. Why would they? They would just close it and that's it. So another way to get your already existing email subscribers to subscribe to your SMS channel could be if you send I don't know, an email to them saying something that you are maybe planning some really cool VIP sale only for SMS subscribers, and I don't know, put a CTA there, leading them to a landing page,
Omnisend landing page
that you can create in Forms, and with that, just kind of make them subscribe to your SMS channel as well. And I'm sure they will, as Sadie already said, they are loyal customers and they are interested in your offers and they will be interested in this one.
Yeah. Especially if you're a brand that does limited drops, getting that SMS message as soon as you make that drop, they're immediately going to go ahead and click on that. Again, that FOMO, it kills people, but it's good for business.
True. Okay. Let's go to, examples, and we have so much here, but let's just quickly go through them.
I think again, some of these are very, very simple. So you do have options if you are sending to US and Canadian recipients to add an image or a GIF. These obviously do not have any images or GIFs, but are still very relevant to send out. So from my personal experience, some of my clients will send GIFs and images, some will not. And GIFs and images are a little bit more expensive to send. So if that's not within your budget, stick to a simple SMS. Honestly, I think it does better in some cases, especially in specific industries. Now, I do have this one client. They're called Crust Club, and they sell pies, and their SMS does incredible. And they're so good at it too. They send it like 11:30, like you're starting to think about lunch. They'll send that that SMS message with a beautiful hot pie. And I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible, an incredible experience to see. So that really drives conversions for them. But they're in that food and bev industry, which is very, image driven. So I would say if, you don't want to send, or it's a little bit too expensive to send MMS, then stick with simple SMS messages. They do just as well, if not better. Yeah.
And the examples you see on the screen right now are all kind of different kind of copy. Some of the brands, the rep life, they actually have pretty fun copy. Some stuff 10%, some stuff 50%. But hey, we're having our best sale ever. I love that one. So you can just be very funny and in a very short version, and just say that literally they're just saying that they have a sale from 10 to 50% off. Shop now. That's it. The CDA. Others like a bit longer or shorter. You can be just very straightforward, saying Black Friday is live. Go shop now. That's
Less
it.
is more.
Yeah. But you can as well be creative. Especially depending on what you're selling. If you're like targeted audience, I don't know, teenagers or like, I don't know.
The Gen Zs.
I wanted to say Gen Z. So you may come up with some copy that will sound funny, interesting. I don't know. Those type of things really get me sometimes. I'm like, ooh, that's written really well.
That's funny. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this because it's funny.
That's
also, I actually had this conversation with a client this past week, and like, hey, our target audience is that Gen Z, but I have no idea how to talk Gen Z. So I think using Chat GPT is another really great opportunity to say, hey, this is my SMS message, but make it so where Gen Z is a little bit more interested, make it sound more Gen Z.
Mhm.
And ChatGPT will give you some examples there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. Now we have examples with images or maybe GIFs.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I think these are all very beautiful. If you already have some SMS subscribers, I think now is a great opportunity to A/B test messages with images or GIFs, and also test without, and then see which one is higher converting. If you find that messages with images and GIFs are a lot more receptive and you see those higher conversions, definitely stick to it. But if you don't see that that's the case, then go with a simple SMS message.
Yeah. And I also like the offer, all the offers here and the copy. First one has the promo code right in there. So
yeah,
just
static code.
Yeah.
Easy.
Second one is promoting the guide they created. And guides are usually a good idea for any kind of events, like
especially around the holidays.
Yeah. I was recently talking about back to school. That is like really soon. And one of the good ideas to kind of like involve your customers into the event, creating a guide about the event. And they're like, again, if we're talking about back to school, it's you can create a guide of items that your customers might need to purchase, and that way, and kind of like promote what you're selling in there. That way you get more sales. And the last one, I like the last one because it's early bird sale that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to run an early bird.
Yeah, especially for those VIP customers who are, anticipating different promotions for you, or maybe not even anticipating product drops. This is such a good opportunity for SMS, again, because SMS is so immediate. It creates that excitement. People, especially if they've already been looking at these products and you do a product drop, then again, great opportunity to create that excitement.
Yep. Yeah. I hope if you already did a screenshot of these examples, we will share them together with a recording, or you will be able to rewatch it in the recording. But feel free to steal these ideas. These brands done a great job.
Yeah.
So why not to just
you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. That's what I always say. Okay, we have last slide of examples for SMS. I really want to talk about that first one.
Yes. So whenever Kate actually added this as an example, I started reading it. I was like, Kate, I don't think this is appropriate.
And that was my point. I really wanted to just put it out there and just talk about it. Let us guys know what you think about the first example here, but so what's your opinion on this one?
So again, I started reading it and I was like, Kate, I don't think that it's a good idea to include this. So as somebody who receives SMS messages pretty often, if I got this message, I would immediately think that it was spam content. So even though it's funny and it's playful and it gets your attention, you might find that your subscribers are going to automatically report this as junk or report it to spam or delete it because it has all of these consistent items with what a spam SMS message would look like. So consider that. Again, I think this is so funny. But I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far. If it's your brand voice, whatever, go for it. If you're playful with your subscribers and it matches the energy of your subscribers, go for it. But I think if your store is not, I just went and test this. If it's not consistent with your brand voice.
Yeah. If you're like selling toasters, probably wouldn't be a good idea. But when I saw that example, first of all, it caught my eye. So I kind of like, I get the reason why. And like when you said that, you would think that it's some kind of a spam. When I started reading that, I was like, it's maybe like it's a good idea, but maybe it's just a bit too long.
Yeah, it's a bit too long. My attention, my ADHD, I'm already like, I read the first few words and I'm like, oh, okay, this is just too much. I'm deleting it, reporting as spam, whatever.
But I finished reading that because I really wanted to know, is that really just that type of SMS.
Yeah.
And when I reached the end, I was like, so yeah, I can't say that it's a bad example, but I can say that it's a great example.
Right.
It's just something to try, as Sadie already said.
Yeah.
If you feel like sending this to your customers, why not?
Yeah. Just be careful. Please.
Yeah. And the rest, I like that the third example has the Black Friday image.
The
Like,
actual
not just
image in the Black Friday. Yeah.
not just the product image or something, but
Yeah.
the saying Black Friday.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not like, sometimes I forget to read my SMS because sometimes there are too much of them, too many. But having
I guess that means you have friends and I don't.
But the image Black Friday, it catches the attention.
Yeah.
I already like want to read the SMS because I'm like, oh, it's about Black Friday. Maybe they have something interesting to offer. So yeah, feel free again to steal these and use for your brand. And we are done with SMS examples. I know we are already out of time.
Are you serious?
I am.
Oh my goodness.
But if you guys still have time to stick with us, we will quickly go through 2 more steps, which are push notifications and ads. We'll be pretty quick, just sharing.
They're obviously the easiest to talk about.
Yeah.
So web push notifications. Why web push notifications? Again, to share some data. Average conversion rate for push notifications is 0.03%. But last year on Black Friday, the conversion rate went up to 0.26%. Plus, they are incredibly easy and super quick to create. So, you're probably wondering, like, why do I need all of these different channels to communicate with my subscribers? Just as I was saying earlier, you might notice that your open rates are maybe a little bit lower around that Black Friday, Cyber Monday time, because people's inbox is getting flooded with many different types of campaigns. So again, use these different channels to supplement those email campaigns because people convert in different channels. Embarrassingly enough, I work for an email company, but I am that person with 40,000 unread emails in my promotions folder. I'm guilty. But as soon as an SMS message is sent to me, that is the channel that I typically convert to. And then web push notifications is just an additional channel on top of that. So you might be saying, well, I don't subscribe to SMS or I don't subscribe to web push notifications because I think that they're annoying. I have seen it work consistently for a lot of my clients. And I think, again, this is just the best way to communicate with your subscribers who are interested in your content. So use those 2 different channels to supplement your email campaigns, or like SMS, send it just to your VIP customers so they get that VIP experience. They're the first shop. And then, that's basically my spiel on push notifications. And then jumping right into ad. Omnisend is not exactly an acquisition platform. Our tools are more focused on customer retention, but you can utilize the data that you have inside of Omnisend to give advertisements to potential subscribers and potential customers. So you can create segments like VIP customers, customers with the highest order value, repeat purchasers, etc. And also check out the next webinar. I think you guys are going over segments. Yeah. And use those segments to sync to Facebook customer audiences and Google customer match to create lookalike audiences versus blindly spending money, because we know how expensive ads are these days and they don't really have the highest return on investment. So use the data that you have within Omnisend to create those segments, use that to create lookalike audiences. And yeah, that's, whenever we're talking about ads, use Omnisend's data, the data that you already have to do so.
Yeah, from my side about ads, I just wanted to bring up the point that there's so many, first of all, use all the channels possible, like email, SMS, push. We already covered that, why that is important. And every channel, like Sadie said, that she's not reading her emails very often, but she does SMS. I'm totally opposite.
Yeah.
Well, actually, sometimes I do collect emails in my inbox and like, okay, I'll go through them later. But it's again, just because I also work in the email marketing industry and I receive a lot of emails.
Yeah. And Kate is younger than I am. I should be the one that's converting from email, not SMS.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, that's what I used to think, that only like old people buy stuff from email.
Yeah.
That's so not true.
Not true.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure to use all of the channels possible. And about ads, just, I don't know, if your store, if your brand has an Instagram account or Facebook page, or what else is there? Twitter or Google. Oh yeah, Google. Just you don't have to spend thousands on that.
Yeah.
There are lots of options how you can use social media without spending much money. One of the examples, you can run some kind of a giveaway, for example, or you can collaborate with some
different
brands or influencers.
Especially on TikTok, because I know TikTok is increasingly difficult to get conversions from. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of my clients work with different influencers on TikTok.
Just make sure that you don't miss that opportunity. That's why we were talking about that now, earlier. So you don't like a week or 2 weeks before the Black Friday. So you don't like, oh my God, it's in a couple of weeks. And what do I do? There are so many things. What do I start with? Start now, just step by step, and you'll do everything and you'll have a successful Black Friday, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we are done with the presentation. I see that you guys left a couple of questions there that I really would like to discuss. But before we do that, just a quick reminder to all of you that workshop is being recorded. You will receive an email with a recording, and also will be able to find in our YouTube channel. Please don't forget about the survey. Let us know how we are doing, what else we would like to hear. While we go through questions that you left, I also have one more question to you. I was really wondering, is there something that you either expect or you would like us, Omnisend, to kind of like, help you with during Black Friday, Cyber Monday event? Like, is there something that we can give you? Maybe it's another workshop, maybe it's a video, maybe anything that is in your mind. You think that maybe there's some kind of feature that you really wanted to have that we still don't. Just you know what, drop it in the chat and let us know, or when you will leave the workshop, just leave it in the comments there. So yeah, now let's, and the last thing that I wanted to mention is step 4. Step 4 is going to be in a couple of weeks. You will receive an invitation as well. Step 4 is going to be dedicated to segmentation. And while you think that segmentation is something overwhelming, yeah, it's really not. I strongly encourage you to join us for that workshop, to just see how actually simple it is and how you can use segmentation for Black Friday. The raw ways, and we will generally talk about segmentation. Okay, not to take even more time, let's go to the questions.
I was so worried that this was going to be short, sweet, to the point.
I always think that, but then we're like, oh no, we're running out of time. But okay, so we were talking about being simple.
Yes.
Right. So here's a question: does keeping it simple apply to all emails in general, or just Black Friday?
Oh, good question. So I would say yes and no. Some of my clients I see create the most beautiful emails, and they use so much time and resources creating these beautiful emails. But they're not seeing the conversion because the quality of their list isn't great. So I think it comes down to your specific audience. You need to understand, and I think that's what we're all trying to do here, is trying to understand our audience and how they communicate. What is it that gets them to convert? So use Omnisend to A/B test those email campaigns. Test a short email versus a long email. Test an email with one call to action, test an email with 5 call to actions with different collections or different products that you have, and see if you're generating any more revenue using one or the other. You do have that functionality on Omnisend, so definitely use that to try and better understand your audience. So
yeah, I agree. It's yes and no.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And I hate giving that answer.
but here's the thing, it's sometimes being simple is really enough. You don't need to overthink or overdo.
Yeah.
But there are specific events maybe that do require your effort.
Yeah.
In whatever, it could be copy design and so on. Sometimes you might need to think harder.
Test. That's all I have to say. And one thing to add there too, make sure you know what you're testing. I do have a lot of clients who will just create email A and then create email B and send it out, and we'll just see. Just make sure that you develop a hypothesis and you actually come to a conclusion from doing those tests. I think that's also very crucial whenever you're testing.
Yep. So next question is very interesting one. It's actually about forms. And I really want Ira's support on that in case if I mislead people, but I think I know it right. So the question is, some people may hate pop-ups. Is it possible to embed the Wheel of Fortune game into Shopify? I wanted to say that yes, but I just have an idea that if you don't want to enable a pop-up form, you can always enable like a landing page or like embedded form
or that teaser. I love that teaser. So it's just so it's not going to be immediately popping up whenever somebody lands on your website. It's just this little teaser on the side or wherever you want to place it on your website. And so people who, are really afraid to have that pop up, I suggest using that. So that way customers who are very interested in signing up for email campaigns can just click on the teaser and that pop-up will appear. So I think that's a really great idea for people who are really hesitant with pop-ups.
But that's for the pop-up. But I was talking about embedded form that you can embed in the middle of your website, somewhere in the middle of your website, and you can add the Wheel of Fortune there. So your customer will just be scrolling your website and they will see that embedded form. And if they want, they participate. The point is that it's not going to pop and distract them. They will just keep scrolling if they're not interested. So you can do that with Omnisend.
Yeah. And I would always suggest having some sort of email somewhere for your customers to submit email, because a lot of times that's what they're looking for. And you paid for your customer to visit your store. You've probably done so much work to try and get them there. Make sure that you collect that data while they're there, just because it increases the chances of conversion. Yeah.
Another question, which is really interesting. Would you keep the promotion private at first, or have a special deal for subscribers only in a way that users would be more likely to subscribe?
Ooh. I
don't know.
I mean, both of those are really great ideas. Yeah. So I think building anticipation is something that I am always looking at, especially around Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So, maybe give little nuggets of information like, oh, hey, we might be doing this, or hey, on this day on Black Friday, we're going to have this percentage off sale. So people can be already making up their minds on whether or not they want to purchase. But you also don't want to kick yourself doing that and oh, you know what, that's not the promotion that I'm looking for. You're maybe building up too much anticipation and discounting yourself. I'm not really sure, but good question.
True. Okay. Another one, and I think it's about the pop-ups as well. Would you recommend to keep asking for the first last name of the person in order to increase sign-up rate?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the same opinion. I mean,
unless it's something that you desperately need, you're going to be getting that first and last name typically whenever they're making that purchase. So, again, going back to that friction, you want to create the less amount of friction as possible. And so if I'm somebody who I'm more than willing to give my email, but maybe I don't want to give my first name, or gosh, I have to spend 10 more seconds filling out my first name and my last name and my email. I know it seems silly, but people, again, can be lazy. So I think reducing the amount of friction to try and get as much data, the data that you really need, is the better solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have another question.
Okay.
I really want to just, read that loud. What do you think about image only emails during Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Oh, I really wanted to hear your opinion on that.
So honestly, it depends on who you ask.
Mhm.
Me personally, I have seen some of my clients have just image-based emails and they do perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But I also have some clients who, just do text-based emails that kind of looks like your grandmother's emailing you. And those have also done really well. So, I mean, I think you're probably going to get tired of me saying to A/B test, but I think A/B test, see what your audience actually wants to see and is more engaged with. So some people might not like that I said that, but
Yeah.
I've seen it work for some of my clients. And then, some of my clients, they do better with just text emails.
So there are reasons why you shouldn't always make just image-based emails.
Yeah.
But as you said, that you have customers who are just fine doing that. And as again, yes and no answer. It's okay to make image-only emails. First of all, if you really have resources and you would really want to, put yourself into that design and just work on that really hard, or maybe not, but you can do that. But at the same time, you can also send a simple email built just inside of Omnisend with all the blocks that we offer there. And it would also, it's all about how you wisely structurize the email, I would say.
Yeah.
It would convert the same, if I'm not afraid to say that. Again, A/B test. And one more.
Okay.
I really want to, why I want to cover that? Because I faced that myself once. During Black Friday, would you enable the normal sign-up form, like the regular one, in order to publish the form designed specifically for Black Friday, and then go back to the normal one once Black Friday is ended? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what and I think one thing too to consider, if you are providing a discount for those who sign up for email, but you're also promoting Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and maybe you have a 50% off sale during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but you also offer 10% off your first purchase with that email sign up, just make sure that you're consistent. If they aren't able to stack those, then it might make the customer unhappy. So I think in that case, that would be very wise to have a form inside of Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, and having a form outside of Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. But just make sure you're consistent with your promotions, and don't throw too many promotions all at the same time, because then it gets overwhelming.
Yeah, that's and why I also wanted to bring up that question, because this year, I don't know why, but I've seen too many Black Friday promotions in the middle of January or March, or like a month ago. People just forget to turn them off, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, they'll have an automated email that is specific for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then they forget to
like the email or the form or some visuals on the website. We were talking about the first step. Make sure that your website is up to date. Or some ads running on Instagram or Facebook. And I seriously keep getting those offers, and I know they're last year and they don't work. And people just, first of all, why would you waste your money on that? And it creates, I don't know,
not the best customer journey.
Yes. The customer journey, and also kind of maybe not ruins, but damages my trust towards that brand.
I agree. Yeah.
It's why wouldn't you care about that? So it is relevant to any kind of event or celebration. Just make sure that if you run something specific, if you turn on enable the Black Friday Cyber Monday forum, don't forget to
update your welcome
update it. Yeah, just don't forget to turn it off. The forum, or turn off the automated workflow that you enabled. Just make sure that your promo stuff are up to date.
And you can actually schedule forms in Omnisend too. So you can.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a great feature that can save you time and save you from embarrassment.
Up at midnight to enable your Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, you can do all of that in advance.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
All right. Finally, we are done. We covered those questions. The rest, Ira did a great job and answered all of those. If you still have more questions, you can always reach out to our support and ask your questions, and they will be happy to assist you. Or if you will have more questions, make sure that you join Step Forum, where you can ask those questions and we will cover them there. That's it for this workshop. First of all, thank you so much for all of you who stayed with us that extra time. But we hope that that extra time was very useful to you, and we shared something insightful, something good that you were looking for. Again, the workshop is being recorded. You will find that recording in your inbox or on our YouTube channel. Don't forget, please, if you have a couple of minutes, answer that survey. We would really appreciate that. Don't forget about the question that I asked: what Omnisend can do for you this Black Friday, something that we can create for you, offer. Just let us know. And Sadie, thank you so much for participating. I loved it.
I flew to Lithuania just for this webinar. That's it.
She did. But yeah, again, thank you so much. It's time to wrap up.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I hope you all have a good time preparing for Black Friday. Hope we inspired you to go and start your preparations now. So much to do. Enable a form, write an email, SMS, push notification.
Collecting your subscribers.
Yeah. Start doing. Just start. And you will see how easy actually it is.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and you can always actually connect with us on LinkedIn and ask your questions there. You'll be able to find us there. All right. No more talking. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good day.